One rapper got slashed in the face while behind bars, and King Von almost burned the whole jail down while locked up. These are rappers' craziest and most disturbing moments behind bars. And first, we gotta start with Chicago rapper Lil J. A video got leaked of Lil J letting another man sit in his lap and kiss him while behind bars. Not long after the clip went viral, Lil J spoke about it and said he's still respected in the streets and doesn't care.
Still King Lil J, bro. Still real respected in the streets. I ain't got but they like, man, that video was you. We don't get no bro. We know what you do. You real. So what? The past.
And because of this, other inmates started picking on Lil J for what he was doing. There's another clip that shows Lil J confronting another inmate, since the inmate was harassing the dude that Lil J talks to. In the clip, the man calls Lil J to his cell to let him know that he's not leaving since another inmate is harassing him. Lil J then goes over to confront the inmate who was harassing the dude. They meet in the cell to settle their problems. After the altercation, Lil J is removed from the day room by the guards, and the man that Lil J is dating was finally able to walk out of his cell. And people were non-stop picking on Lil J due to what he was doing, because one inmate wanted to get at him so bad that he threw a cup full of poop and disgusting stuff at Lil J to get at him. After the incident, one of the guards questioned Lil J about it, and here's what he had to say.
In your own words, can you tell me what happened?
I got into a verbal altercation earlier. I was on the phone, somebody sprayed on me. I defended myself and we fought.
Okay, that concludes this interview.
But what Lil J did is nothing compared to what happened to this next rapper. Because a rapper from Florida who signed to YFN Lucci, known as CP3, had something very disturbing happen to him while behind bars. CP3 is currently locked up in Fulton County Jail, and a video came out showing members from YSL poking him up since he's one of their known ops. Thankfully, CP3 didn't end up losing his life, since it seemed like they really wanted to take him out. But YFN ended up getting back at YSL due to what they did to CP3, because not too long after the video got released, another video came out that showed a YSL member tied up and getting whooped by some YSL members.
Too much slime. Stop moving, bro, I bust man. Too much you slime.
The man even tries removing the YSL tattoo off the man's skin to make him regret his actions, and the video is pretty crazy.
You ain't crying when you was slime.
Now, let's move on to Casanova, because on Thursday, June 16th, Casanova was sitting in jail when a dude named Ulysses Lugo came at him with a blade. Casanova's face got slashed up, but he didn't just sit there and let it happen. Casanova started fighting back, and that's when Lugo tried running away. By the time the guards arrived to break everything up, Casanova and his partners had chased Lugo down. Casanova had already slashed Lugo several times in the face, too. It's not clear why Lugo attacked Casanova like that, but rumors say it was because of a letter that Casanova had sent to the judge in his case. Now, let's move on to King Von, because Von has a ton of wild videos of him while behind bars. And most people in jail would fight in their cells to avoid getting caught by the guards. But Von was so ready for action that he ain't care who was around. A surveillance video from the jail shows him jumping someone with his partner right in front of a guard. The two of them beat the guy all the way down the hallway, and the guard just sat there and watched. Eventually, some more guards showed up and pepper sprayed them, and that's when Von ducked off to wipe his face. After it went down, the guards interviewed Von about when they asked him what happened. He kept it solid and didn't say too much.
I got maced.
Why'd you get maced?
I was in the hallway.
You was in the hallway.
I was in the barbershop, hit the corner. Who maced me still? I don't know. Somebody maced me.
They just maced you for no reason?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You got any injuries?
Yeah.
Did you receive medical attention?
No, I talked to the counselor. I ain't get no.
Psych? You talked to psych staff?
Yeah.
That isn't Von's only fight while behind bars either. There's another clip where all of the inmates were in a holding cell, and while in the cell, everything was all good until Von noticed his op, 051 Freaky. Once he saw him, Von slipped out of his handcuffs and headed toward Freaky. Freaky tried hiding, but Von caught him since he couldn't do much and knocked him to the ground. Two other inmates joined in to help Von, and thankfully, prison guards came to the rescue and broke everything up. Von and Freaky were both removed from the bullpen, and one thing that left everyone confused was how Von was able to get out of the handcuffs.
You could even see that he was cuffed, correct? Because you could see the marks from the cuffs on his arm. How'd you get out of your cuffs? How'd you get out of your cuffs? How'd you get out of your cuffs?
I thought I was still on it.
You thought you were still in them? Are you double jointed? I'm just asking. I'm not gonna put a case on you or nothing. I just want to know, man.
No, I just got on.
The reason King Von attacked Freaky was because he had a disrespectful tattoo on his arm saying F L.A. Capone. After the fight, the police wanted a statement from Von and Freaky, and this is what Von had to say.
In your own words, explain what happened?
Do nothing.
You refusing to give a statement?
That's my statement right there. I ain't doing nothing.
Mr. Bennett stating that he did not do anything. Anything else you want to add?
No, that's it.
Mr. Howard, in your own words, explain what happened?
Slight incident. It's nothing though. It's nothing.
Anything else you want to add? Do you have any injuries?
But it's one thing to get into a fight and another to end up losing your life behind bars. Because that's what happened to this next rapper. Because rapper Money Sign Suede was locked up serving 2 years and 8 months in Soledad prison for a gun charge. Before getting locked up, Suede had told everyone in interviews that he wanted to leave the gang life behind, suggesting that it might have been part of his past, and word on the street was that he didn't want that to change when he got locked up. According to what inmates were saying, Suede wasn't rocking with the prison's gang culture and wanted to serve his time alone without having to gangbang. But the Serreños gang wasn't so happy with that, and that ended up costing him his life. It's also been reported that he spent a lot of time talking on the phone with his girlfriend, and some say he had conversations that made some gang members feel like he was dry snitching on them. Just a few months into his sentence, things took a turn. On April 25th, 2023, prison guards conducted a routine inmate check, but during the check, Suede didn't show up. So they searched all over the prison to try to find him. They eventually ended up finding Suede, but unfortunately, he was unresponsive in the shower and was bleeding heavily with a stab wound in his neck. The staff tried saving Suede's life and transported him to an on-site medical facility, but it was already too late.
A local up-and-coming rapper has been killed while in prison in Northern California. This is a music video from Money Sign Suede, whose real name is Jaime Brugada Valdez. According to prison officials in Monterey County, Suede's death is being investigated as a homicide.
But it isn't always the inmates doing disturbing and crazy things to each other behind bars. Because sometimes it's the guards. Because rapper Queso is currently behind bars fighting 2 murder charges. And his time behind bars ain't been easy since in 2021, a video surfaced showing Queso being slammed to the ground by one of the correctional officers. He posted a video on Instagram showing the situation, and Queso's grandmother even filed a complaint with the prison after seeing the video. But officials responded by saying no evidence was discovered to substantiate misconduct on the part of the member. According to YNR Slugger T, another rapper from Jacksonville, this ain't the only altercation Queso's been involved in on the inside. Slugger T is affiliated with Fulio and is one of Queso's ops. And in a video posted on social media, Slugger T claims he beat Queso up, and now he's afraid of him.
Get took up through there, man. I done beat that already, man. Scared.
But besides what Slugger says, there's no evidence that it actually went down. But sometimes, rappers are the ones attacking guards. Because while TK is serving his 55-year sentence, it's been known that he was giving the guards a hard time by cursing them out, going over his set phone time, and even throwing wet toilet paper at them. In November 2020, an article came out letting everyone know that TK had gained some more time in addition to his 55-year prison sentence for stabbing one of the guards. And if convicted, TK could be facing the rest of his natural life behind bars. And while in prison, you gotta be careful what you do, because you never know how far some of the inmates are willing to take things. And Crip Mac had to learn this the hard way. It ended up losing his tooth during a crazy fight with a blood member. Crip Mac explains the fight in one of his interviews with Cam Capone News.
Look over here, I'm big. I'm 6'2", 270, I'm big.
You're a big dude.
But this mother 6'4", about 320, 340. You fight me? On Hustlers. Yeah. A blood from the west side named Brazy. We got it, you fight me? That mother 6'4", about 340, but on swole because he just did 15 years upstate. We get down, cut, we get it. It's a good round on Hustlers, cut, drop me. We get down again on neighborhood crap. Cut hit me with some horror, cut, knock the teeth out. I'm like, oh, come on.
But now, let's talk about Von again, because he had a situation in the day room one day, and 2 dudes were jumping one of his ops. So once Von saw what was going on, he decided to jump in, and things didn't turn out nice after he did this. Because after, someone tried to run up on Von after he jumped in, and that's when Von threw a hook and dropped the dude before getting chased by cops and tackled to the ground. But that ain't nothing, because there's even an incident where King Von almost burned the whole jail down while being locked up. Because on April 15th, 2017, King Von and several other inmates set fire to the Cook County Jail. The whole room was getting smoked out, and the fire was slowly getting larger. But over time, the fire slowly died out before things got too out of hand. Now, let's move on to FBG Butter, because he's one of King Von's ops, and he used to be friends with Lil J, but they also turned enemies. And while behind bars, Lil J put a hit on Butter and got him jumped. And even though there's no footage of the situation, things must have been pretty bad. When the guards questioned Butter about the incident, he told them everything.
We all was uncuffed, and then 3 guys ran up on me and they jumped on me in the hallway. And I tried to defend myself, but the COs, they was attacking me more, and I was doing the running. And one of the guys, he was pulling my hair, and I was slammed to the ground.
The inmates was pulling your hair?
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
Clarify that before you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm apologizing. The inmates was pulling my hair. One of the inmates, Jeff McGruff, I got to keep separate on him. He my rapper and my kid. He's son of guy, they call him Prince. I don't know his real name, but they call him Prince. He son him to fight me. And then once I tried to defend myself, that's why all 3 rushed me.
But that ain't the only disturbing situation Butter's been through, because he also saw his sister lose her life in front of him and spoke on the situation in an interview. And this other rapper almost crashed out and nearly popped the interviewer because of a question he asked him. So click this video to see rappers' most disturbing interviews.